Hello, friends. This is your full channel for Aquarius season. And that's going to come about this weekend on the 19th. Starts this Friday. And, Aquarius is really interesting. My moon is in Aquarius. And we're also having a big Pluto shift. So Pluto is going into Aquarius after being in an Earth sign for 25 years. What does that mean? That essentially means that there's going to be a lot of innovation during these next 25 years, and it will be rapid. It will be rapid innovation, and there will also be more of this collective consciousness that comes to the surface. So we're going to start working in terms of bigger, larger, deeper networks. We're going to find out that individualism is a disease and that there have been a lot of spiritual narratives that have obviously had us focus on the self, but Aquarius really just makes us realize that there is no self and that we are all connected in some way, shape, or form, and the self is merely a projection. So when we get into this dynamic, when Pluto shifts into Pisces in the next 50 years, it will be the complete dissolution of the self. So I think that this is just the beginning of a huge epiphany, a huge revelation in terms of mass human consciousness. So what a beautiful thing, especially after spending 25 years locked into a system that, has been functioning, but at what cost? So, if you've been experiencing heavy burnout during the past 25 years and wondering why you can't necessarily hack it, this is why. So we're going to choose some cards and I'm going to go through the elementals and they will all be time-stamped. And we're going to go through fire, water, earth, and air. And I will list the signs too if you're not necessarily sure what element you are. I am a Cancer, Pisces rising, and my moon is Aquarius. My chart is basically water and air. That's why I do the work that I do. It's really nice to be back on YouTube. I took a break. I was trying to figure out how to come through and deliver messages in a proper way. And I think that social media is good for some of the shorter channelings that I do. And you can follow me at Crystal with a K, so KRYSTAL_visions on Instagram. And you can also give me a follow on TikTok too at Crystal_visions as well. So thank you for tuning in. We're going to get into a collective channeling and then we're going to go into elemental channelings as well. So let's take a look. And today I'm using the Botticelli deck. This is the Botticelli Tarot. And I'll be able to show you some of the cards once we get started here. Okay. Oh, great. Okay. Cool. Okay, awesome. So collectively, this is really going to be, especially for Aquarius season, and starting off this huge Pluto shift, we're going to see a lot of healing, especially a lot of mourning taking place. So we have the Three of Swords here. The Botticelli Tarot is just so beautiful. It's kind of insane. But you can see here that there is, there's something that we're carrying behind us. There's something that we're having to leave behind. There's something that we're having to gain a new perspective on in order to truly let go. The Three of Swords is really a card about mourning, and it's also a card about finding inner peace. So how are we going to, as a collective, find that source of human peace, inner peace, during Aquarius season, which starts this weekend? This is also a moment of giving birth to new ideas by using objective thought. So we've been leading with the heart for a while, and it's really served its purpose. And now we're going to take a look at some of the decisions, the choices, the delineations we've made over time, and whether or not those have served our inner peace. Okay. We also have this beautiful Two of Cups, right? So this is like connection. This is connection through vibration as well. So you're really going to start connecting with people that you're vibrating with on an energetic level. So for instance, let's say I'm really taking joy and taking pleasure in a lot of the things I'm creating or doing in this world, I'm obviously going to start attracting people that are doing the same. If I am of sort of this, lower vibration, or I feel I'm in this period of mourning currently, I might also attract people that are in that period of mourning. And I think that's also a really beneficial thing. I know that a lot of very individualist spiritual wellness gurus will say that you have to raise your vibration higher to connect with who you need to connect with. And that's not necessarily the case. I think that you can heal through connection. And if you are at a lower kind of state of mourning or a lower energy, which is totally fine, there's no right or wrong with higher or lower. I think that when we're in a low vibration, we are just trying to conserve our energy. And if we meet somebody who's also trying to conserve their energy, it can actually serve as a portal for a greater understanding and greater healing. So this is a really, really beautiful segue into a higher vibration or some of those higher creative realms, because after that we have the Knight of Wands here, and the Knight of Wands is on a white horse. The Knight of Wands is purity of motive. The Knight of Wands is really just off and running, doing their thing, the thing that they need to do in order to get, that momentum, in order to tap in with their passion and their virility and that feeling of life and joy. And expansion through that. This usually a white horse signifies a new beginning, and that new beginning will take place in spring. So that makes a lot of sense. That is, the start of the zodiac year, which will be March 21st. So this Pluto shift is really asking us to. It's calling us to grow, because we also have the Three of Pentacles here. So this past fall of 2023, what did you learn? How were you pushed to grow? What did you take a look at and you're like, this needs to become something else. Like, this is no longer working. And there might be some mourning or some inner turmoil regarding that, but that is the work that you need to do. This is the work. They are stepping stones to that level of higher consciousness, or stepping stones to that level of harmony that we've been desiring for quite some time. So, Aquarius season is going to be really good. There's going to be a lot of changes and a lot of growth collectively, and there's going to be a lot of very tender connection, which is very, very beautiful as well. So I really love that for us as a collective. The Three of Swords is always one of those cards where people are like, I don't really want to get that card, but it is part of the human experience, and we have to feel grief and suffering in order to expand our cups, so we can really let in all of that deeper love and understanding. Because if we don't feel the polarity of joy and happiness, then how would we even know how to hold it? And I think that there are a lot of spiritual teachers or new age gurus that say that you don't need to, you shouldn't be falling into that space of negativity, or that space of grief and sadness, or even depression. And I would say that is absolutely not the fact, and that it is okay to sit in that for for an amount of time, because you need to be able to feel something to heal it, and it takes time to do that. So looking at this spread, it looks like we're taking the time to really find what gives us inner peace, and to heal some of those wounds, to do the work, and to connect with others that are on the same wavelength as us in order to heal and in order to move forward with purity of motive. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's the collective channeling. So let's go ahead and do fire. We'll do fire, earth, air, and water, just because that's the way those elements appear on the zodiac. I'm also going to do a four-part elemental guided meditation, which will be up on YouTube as well. So stay tuned for that. It'll be a guided meditation with some music by me, and I'm just really getting into I'm really getting into sound and the elements and the vibration and how that affects us on a daily basis through these cycles. So hopefully those will be helpful to you as well. Okay, fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We love a Sagittarius. Oh my. Okay, let's see here. Okay, great. Awesome. Oh, wow. Okay, so, I'm getting a lot of family here. And this might not necessarily be like your birth family. This could also be your chosen family who you choose to hang out with, friends. You have many different cups to drink from at this point in time. You have the 6 of Cups here, which is so beautiful. This little baby, this naked little baby. So there, you're really in a good place to be vulnerable and to open up. Also, this is for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if you have any fire in your big 3, you can take some of this information with you. So there's lots of this family aspect here, and this family aspect is really, it's balanced, it's beautiful, it's creative, it's safe, it's caring, it's nurturing. I'm getting all of these very like comfy, supportive, healthy vibes that are coming through this 6 of Cups, and it's healthy. It's like really rife to birth some new ideas and some new concepts. And this could also mean widening your family or widening your friend group and making space for people that are down to co-create with you. And we also have the Strength card as well. I just love this card so much. It's so gorgeous. So when we have this Strength card, this is about this primal, very root, very sacral aspect of the self. It is this lower chakra energy, which can lead to your basic needs. So are your basic needs being met? Are you meeting your basic needs? Are you able to meet your basic needs? And sometimes those basic needs aren't necessarily material. I don't think that this has anything to do with the material realm, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But I think that this has to do more about the emotional realm. Like, are you being tended to? Are you giving yourself what you need emotionally? Are you creating boundaries? Are you trying to force something or push something, like the square peg in the round hole? Like, why would you do that? Don't do that. Make sure that there is ease and flow. Make sure that you're checking in on yourself. Or if you have like a really, really lovely friend or family member that checks in with you on a regular basis, make sure you check in with them too. It is sort of this very reciprocal balance that you have with your primal self, or a reciprocal balance with someone in need that requires maybe a little bit of your personal strength, or how can you give back to them when they have given back to you previously. So the Strength card is also about, some people say that the Strength card is about, trusting yourself and your gut instincts and trusting your heart. The Strength card is very synonymous with Leo. So if you have any Leo in your big 3, it's almost like there is a Leo aspect coming through, asking you to really observe and develop this greater sense of truth and to follow that. And on the other side of that, we have the Moon card. And that's why I said, I don't really think that this is material. I think that this is something in the emotional or spiritual realms that needs to be satisfied. We have this Moon card here, and you can see, like, these cards are just so gorgeous. The Botticelli deck is just so nice. So, when you have this, you are up in these upper realms. You are thinking about all of these different things. You are taking a bird's eye view on what this last year has meant to you. What did 2023 mean to you? And how do you feel about the way that you have performed, the way that you have shown up in the world? How do you feel about that? And how do others feel about how you've shown up in the world? And can you be honest with yourself? Can you go deeper? Can you self-reflect? Can you self-reflect without beating yourself up is the key here. Can you self-reflect without beating yourself up? I think is like a really, really good question to ask yourself. So, yeah, this is very internal. This is also about being able to utilize your family or your friends as that sounding board about like, hey, like, what do you think about my actions with this? What do you think about the about my habits? What, like, can you tell me honestly about what you think about me? So this is really self-reflection and tending to those basic emotional needs, and also developing a family friend group that you feel vulnerable enough with where you can actually express some of these feelings. So fire signs, hopefully that resonated with you. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Hopefully that was insightful. But yeah, I was getting a lot of this kind of like lower sacral root chakra energy mixed with some of these like higher realms and self-reflection and crown chakra as well. So yeah, work. Let's see here. Earth, okay? Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Okay, my mother is a Virgo. Shout out to Virgo moms. That's coming through for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Let's see. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's go. Oh, lovely. Okay. Some of you will be, oh, okay, this is great. Wow. Oh, yeah. We love to see it. We love to see it. We love to see it. Okay, amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. 4 of Wands, Page of Wands, 7 of Wands, 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 lots of Wands. So there's going to be lots of action moving forward. And we have the Hermit card. So it looks like all of these pulls, oh my God, did you just hear my voice? Got some vocal stuff going on. Yeah, there's a lot of this dynamic of doing and reflecting, and tending to and accomplishing tasks. So 4 of Wands is really just about your space. Okay, it's about your environment, your space, your living space, where, like, your office, like where you do your work, where you perform, where you show up every day. How is your environment? And I think the Hermit card is also saying that you need to spend more time in that environment. This is the 4 of Wands. And the Hermit card, gorgeous as usual. This is really about the wisdom that you have taken from 2023, and now you're going to apply that wisdom into your environment. You're going to say, is this environment right for me? Am I surrounding myself with the resources that reflect my values? This is about resource and value. So let's just say I value inner peace. If we want to go back to the general channeling at the beginning, I value my inner peace. Does my environment reflect inner peace? If it does, great. Spend more time in it solo. This just might be a hint that you need to spend more time in that solo. If it does not represent, sorry about that. If it does not represent inner peace to you, what does it represent? Does it represent, you know, moving forward in a way that is something new? Do we need a new environment? Do we need a new space? Do we need to go and do something new or search for something new in order to find that inner peace or that wisdom? That might be the case as well. So 7 of Wands is saying, let's not be stubborn in the face of all of this. I know I'm talking to earth signs. I'm aware that I'm speaking to Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. I'm aware, but this is not the time to be stubborn, especially starting in Aquarius season, moving forward into the new zodiac year. This is really taking stock of where you live, where you create, where you reside, where you put your energy into a space physically, and is it working for you? Is this something that's functioning? And this could also be like if you're about to have children, or if you have a child, maybe the child is growing and you need a new space. It could be something like that. And you might also have to state your case to somebody. Sometimes the Seven of Wands is like you have to explain to somebody why the living conditions are not up to snuff or up to par. So you might talk to a landlord, or you might talk to a business owner, and you might be like, no, this is not for me. This is shoddy work. This is not, this doesn't make me feel comfortable. This needs to be repaired and you're not repairing it, blah, blah, blah. There seems to be some sort of dynamic between your environment, and what you want to accomplish in your environment, and whether or not you can. And if your environment is good, it's just saying to spend more time in that environment in order to really evolve what your passion is. So this could also mean like starting a new project. This Page of Wands is quite often starting a new project. So your environment, can you start a new project in that environment, or do you need to get a studio space? Or do you need more information before starting that project? But it looks like all of this stuff comes together in the spring. So for the rest of winter, which the Hermit is very much a winter-based card, I do want you to gain that inner knowledge about, is this what I want? Is this where I want to be? Do my resources reflect my values? Do I crave inner peace, but do I live with like 3 other people? Right? So this is something that we need to consider moving forward. Earth signs is like very straightforward. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is really asking you during the next month or so to take a look at what you want your spring to look like, especially in terms of new passion projects and your environment. So that was an easy channel. Usually with earth signs, y'all are pretty straightforward. I know that having Pluto moving into an air sign might also be like a little bit jarring because you've been in that earth element for a while, which is nice and comfortable. But in this case, it's saying like, nah, you got to get out of your comfort zone. You're growing. There are new things. You must expand. Okay. So here we go. We're going to go into air signs next. This is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Sun, Moon, and Rising. I have an Aquarius moon. I think I mentioned that before. So shout out to the girlies with air moons, all of my airheads. We love you. And my lovely, lovely roommate who is a Libra. We love that beautiful Libra energy. What can't they do? Okay. So let's take a look here. And thank you for hanging in there with me. I really appreciate it. And I'm like looking to deliver more on a consistent level. Again, with having that Aquarius moon, I can be quite chaotic, but such is life. Ooh. Okay, great. Wow. Ooh, air signs. You're about to meet your match. Okay, I love this. Queen of Wands, King of Wands. This is somebody who's going to make you think outside of the bun. I love it. This is also romance, okay? This is romance. This is romance. This is divine connection. We could also say it's not romance, and maybe we're going to find like a really good business match or a really amazing, fun, platonic friend. Sure. But when I see the Queen of Wands and I see the King of Wands, and it has these like very strong, connective yet opposing energies that are harmonious. Oh baby, like that's the good stuff. And the Eight of Swords, I want you to not overthink it. Don't overthink it. Just go with the flow. If it feels good, I want you to follow it, because in the end, justice. Okay. Oh, what a beautiful justice card. Justice is really about that balance. It is about that. It's about you getting what you deserve, really. And it's because you're following your inner truth and doing the work. The work. And what is the work? The work is sitting with yourself. The work is being able to make choices based on your ethics and what's right for you and those that care about you. So, when we take a look at this, it's asking you to have some fun, to get out of your head, because you've been acting from a place of genuine balance for a while now. And it's saying, don't worry. Everything is going to be sorted out. Now, if you're stressing about a relationship, or you're having a relationship that you're stressing over and you're feeling like, what's the deal with this? Like, is this ever going to end? Am I going to feel in my element again? Am I going to feel powerful? Are things going to be good moving forward? The answer to that is yes. You will feel good again. It will be in the spring. There will be some clarity. For the rest of the winter, you might feel a little bit foggy or mentally trapped. That's fine, but big things are coming and balance is on its way. Excuse me. Again, I've been having some throat chakra stuff. I feel like there's like a lot to be said and a lot to get out. Same with justice. Like, you might want to speak your truth at this time. This resonates with me on a greater level for so many reasons, because I have been very, very up in this realm, in the mental realm, for a while, overthinking about things and not necessarily trusting that things are going to come out balanced and even. And I want you to really rely on your God-given talents, whether you or not you believe in God or whoever, or whatever type of energy you believe in. I want you to believe in the talents that come to you very innately, and I want you to share those talents. Air signs, I really think that this is a chance for you to start believing in your natural innate power and to stop overthinking it. I know that's a lot, but the Eight of Swords is saying we need to drop the paranoia, or we need to find out why we keep going there. Why do we keep going there? Why are we not choosing why are we choosing fear and doubt when we should be choosing trust and love? What is making us go back there? And once we discover that, we're going to move forward, and we're going to be able to balance the scales a little bit more and have more of this reciprocal energy that's coming in, that's actually causing us to be magnetic through our own innate talents and powers. That's the message that I'm getting. There's a lot of fire and air energy in this reading in general. So that can cause a lot of these feelings or thoughts to surface. Things can get pretty like messy and chaotic up here. But as long as you have an output to channel those thoughts into, you're golden, and that's where you're going to find balance. So let yourself sit on your hands a little bit. Try not to be impulsive. I know that's a lot to ask from air signs, especially me. Try not to be impulsive, and allow yourself to really sit in your power and develop this new strength, or develop this muscle for this new level that's coming into play late March, because Aries season is going to be really big for you. It's going to be very powerful. I think that Aquarius season is really just going to be sorting out what's in here and why we go to the realms that we go to when we're experiencing some sort of imbalance, or when we don't have an outlet to put that energy into. Hopefully that made sense. It made sense to me. Well, as I was listening to myself speak, I was like, oh, I need to actually get on that and try to, choose that love and that trust instead of that fear and that doubt, which leads to a greater paranoia and gets us trapped in some of these negative thought patterns. That That was good. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you for tuning into that. I think that was something that I needed to hear as well. So thanks. Okay. And remember, if you want to hop into a virtual with me, just to take a look at, your placements, what your, where your planets are, what your transits are at this point in time. And if you want a personal channeling, please hit me up on hallofvisions.com. I would love to see you. I would love to connect. I would love to chat. I just really, really love all of my friends and clients that I've worked with readings. You can also book me for parties. I am readily available. So yes, hallofvisions.com. That link is in the little down below. And subscribe, share, do the thing, do all of the things, ring the bell, follow me on social. I love to connect. So water signs, let's go. We have Cancer. Oh, wow. We have Cancer. We have, sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once here. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, wow. Oh, I love this. This is so nice. Wow, water signs. You've really, you're crushing it. This is great. The Lover's card. Right? So this is really about doing what you love, loving what you do. We know that's what the Lover's card is all about, but this can also be about romantic love and finding that connection that's deeper and sweeter and more vulnerable. You feel like you're running in tandem with somebody. You feel like you're on a team with somebody. You feel like you're really just connected and moving forward with somebody. Both of you are looking in the same direction. You have wings. You're taking off. This is divine love. This is a love that is very, very connective and very, very strong. And this love also balances us out. We're getting the Justice card again. So if you have air and water in your chart, this Justice card it's a huge symbol for you at this point in time. So balance is key, balance through inner truth and trust. And I want you to trust in this relationship that's coming up, okay? I know that maybe it seems a little bit nebulous right now because it just started, but I want you to trust in this relationship. And this could also be a business relationship or a friendship, but something that just feels really, really, really juicy and really lovely. So this Lover's card is really asking us to connect on a deeper level. It's asking us to really sit in that beautiful space of experiencing love and the ability to give love and receive love in a larger scope. So it's really, really quite lovely. The Lover's card can also be creative projects, just anything that has a really beautiful aesthetic. I mean, looking at that Lover's card is just okay, yeah, it's beautiful. It's beauty in its highest sense. And then, the Justice card is looking at the Lover's card. So it's okay, yes, we know, there is some love, there is some caring, there is some running in tandem. And how do we keep it in order, right? How do we make sure that it doesn't burn out? How do we tend to this hearth of love? That's the question here. How do we tend to it? How do we make sure everyone's getting their needs met? How do we make sure that everything is nice and balanced? And then we also have on the other side of that, the King of Pentacles. And that's really, the King of Pentacles is all about the ability to support, and also the ability to support not just yourself, but others as well. How can you lean outside of your wheelhouse and support others? And this could be monetary support. This could be making a donation. This could be, funding somebody's project. This could also be investing in somebody, investing in a group, investing your time, money, energy into something that you believe in or something that you love. So really, really cool. I absolutely love that. And to be honest, if you're acting out of a place of love and connection, that's when you're really going to reach that level of King of Pentacles, where you're actually seeing gain because you're loving what you do, doing what you love, and the gain is just being able to do it in its full scope or its full capacity, and it will lead to different paths that will be, you know, a lot more beneficial for you, and you'll be able to support your communities in a greater way. Boom. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Water is just really, it's really going to experience a little bit of a shakeup, but in the best way. It's almost like when you drop, let's just say you drop a piece of cake and it lands, it doesn't land like top down, it lands bottom down. So it's just like, oh, okay, whatever. Like you drop something, it doesn't break. It actually ends up in a better position, or it ends up in a neutral position. Instead of making a mess, it actually creates balance. Does that make sense? Maybe that didn't make sense. But it's almost with this Plutonic shift, we're going to get shaken up a little bit, and then we're going to get realigned with some of the things that we actually love. There, that's it right there. The cake analogy was just a little weird. So we also have the 9 of Cups here too. So you know what? At the end of everything, like this summer, like everything that we're easing into, we're going to be sitting at that table with all of our biggest and brightest and closest. I do want to make sure that we are not letting anything go to waste at this point in time. So if you do have extra or excess, I want you to make sure that you're sharing that and not hoarding it. So it is about giving in order to be able to receive. And that's really just like the truest form of love. So I just want to take one more card. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles here. So we have the 3 of Pentacles, and this 3 of Pentacles is really saying like, you want to work with other people. This isn't a time to go at it alone. This is a time to co-create, collaborate, and really just connect with other people that have different ideas than yours, to really expand. It's about investing in other people, so other people will invest in you. People that have the same interests, people that might have different interests that are on the same wavelength. This is just a really, really beautiful reading for water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. Just really, really lovely. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. I mean, me being Cancer and Pisces rising made sense to me. I also have some Scorpio placements in my chart too, so really, really resonated. But thank you so much for joining me again. If you want a personalized reading, shameless self-promotion, holovisions.com. Go ahead, you know, there's a little linky-loo in the box below. Like, subscribe, share, ring the bell. I don't know how many other bells and whistles you can really put on this app, but go ahead and do that. And yeah, happy Aquarius season. Take care.